What is up, guys? So today we're gonna talk more about projection, identification, and idealization. It's more like the beginning of the series that I want to do, but more the relationship. Even if I did the Sternberg triangle, I talk about relationship, but more now it's more actually kind of the intro to a lot of the videos that I want to do. One is more Sternberg with the archetype of Robert Greene. One's more attachment styles, and I have a few other about the cycles, more like cycles, kind of popular culture, kind of narrative that we have, kind of rule, kind of the culture war with that. Thought it might be interesting, but yeah. So I still have Michael because it's pretty cold outside. It's like minus 20, so I still kind of cold a little bit, but yeah. So they're kind of necessary process of projection, identification, and idealization to come into contact with people. Just that you want that to be minimized as much as possible, but it has a utility aspect in kind of coming into relation with other. So, and it will kind of happen inevitably, even if, like I said, you want it to be the most real as possible. And the most real as possible is more like the most minimal form that it can be. So yeah, so start up with projection. Projection. It's more like having your own thoughts and feelings and your being and yourself, and kind of projecting back into other, or putting it into other people. So you think that the other person has your feelings and thoughts. Well, it's not necessarily the case. That will happen to some degree, especially when there's kind of more like a relationship kind of vibe. Kind of happen more when you admire more someone, or you want to be the same as someone. Kind of more the identification rather than the projection. But yeah, they kind of intertwine a lot of the time. So the second one is more identification. So it's more the fact that you think that you're the same as someone else, or that you have attributes that are the same, while it's not necessarily the case. So oftentimes they do merge, they do correlate or have a similitude. Just that the projection is more something that is other-like, while the identification is more something that the other become yourself. So it's kind of a feedback loop, but you can see that projection is more like your own being thinking that the other is the same, while identification is more to say that the other happen to be yourself. Kind of like identification, like thinking the group is you, or thinking the other is you, or a kind of process. So yeah, so they actually relate to the Sternberg triangle, or actually, or at least I tried to merge them into a OI comprehensive kind of math that makes sense. So yeah, the other one is idealization. Oh my god, now I read idea. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, so it's more a pedestal kind of thing. It's more to say. And I don't know, yourself being more on the sideline or something like that. But yeah, so there's issues more like putting someone on the pedestal, thinking they're the best, kind of over-evaluating their competences, their skills, their strengths. So it's more how we can kind of fuck up I think they are necessary and how to see the beauty in others, kind of trying to merge with someone, to build something with someone. But so, but they, like I said, they're necessary. They will happen inevitably, but you want them to be as minimal as possible over time, or to have a play with them, like doing kind of playing with them, not being so overblown with them. So, I mean, for what I have seen, I think that deciders, they have more trouble with the identification and idealization, but the observer, they do the projection a lot. So, Sandberg wise, I'm not so sure. I know that idealization is more something akin maybe to the social actually, the social aspect. While the identification will be more something the sexual aspect does. And I think that the projection is more something self-preservation alike. I'm still not sure on the math on that. I think that it can be complex. But I think that identification is more like emerging with the other one. It's more like the sexual. So I would say the sex. Yeah, you can say I think. Projection is more like yourself into the other. It's more homeostasis like, so it's more self-preservation I would say. Yeah, it does make sense that it's more self-preservation alike. Or the social is more something like a spectrum or a hierarchy of the idealization of kind of comparing others. So it's more SO alike. While the projection is more SP alike, like I said. And yeah, observer will do a lot of projection, and the deciders will do a lot of identification and idealization. Particularly idealization, I would say. So we can maybe say that the identification is more in the middle. Actually, that it's more between the observer and the decider. Even though I do think it has more a decider bent to it. But yeah. So, yeah, that's just a classic stuff. They are kind of defense mechanism. They are some parts of ourselves, but they also kind of can leverage some part of ourselves or make to understand us better and how we enter a relation and all that. So I do think that's interesting. But yeah, that's the first part theory of, I would say, the theory that I want to make about relationship, more relationship wise. So yeah, so thanks for watching.